Hello, good people. My dog is definitely interrupting this live, just so you know. So this month, February in the squad, our topic that the squad voted on was how to grow your audience. And we had our monthly masterclass on this topic on Tuesday. And it was really interesting because we covered some of the tactics and strategy, but what wound up being the biggest need for people in the squad, like the biggest barrier to doing the marketing strategies and tactics that, will grow your audience. The biggest barrier to doing that in the first place was emotional stuff, like the thoughts people were having and making marketing mean, being too pushy or salesy, or no one wants this, or really assigning a lot of their ability to validate their belief and confidence in their business and the value of their work and silly things like likes and comments, etc. And I don't mean to minimize that, because this is so common. It is so natural. So many of us have been really primed to internalize the meaning a lot of these things, really conditioned to make it about us, and don't have other tools yet. But it was interesting that the squad kind of unanimously said it is most helpful. He said it is most helpful when we talk through this emotional and mindset stuff, because without it, I wouldn't show up for all the strategies and tactics in the world in an effective way. And so I wanted to share that with you good people, the public audience outside of the squad a little bit, is what we talked about, growing your audience and growing your sales and all these goals we have for our businesses, checking in about capacity. So capacity in terms of, if you were to hit the sales goal you have for this month, there's the technical side of it. Do you actually have the systems in your business set up to accommodate many people? Is your schedule arranged so that you can deliver an amazing product or service in a timely manner to the amount of customers you think you're calling in right now, or you think is your goals? Do you have welcome emails? Do you have onboarding set up? Do you have your processes in line? So there's that part of it. Yeah, there's the automations and workflows and all of that stuff. But then there's also do you have the emotional capacity right now to grow your audience the way you think you want to? Because if you have a hard time showing up in front of your audience of 100 to 300 people right now, if you have a hard time speaking your mind from a place of authenticity, getting spicy, sharing unpopular opinions, showing up with your voice, not having to imitate anyone to feel like what you have to say is valid and that you have a right to take up space and be there. If you have a hard time doing that now, and we 10x or 100x your audience size, if tomorrow you wake up with 3,000 people following you, or 30,000 or 300,000 people following you, but you haven't dealt with the emotional issues that's making it hard for you to show up in a powerful, authentic way for the people who are there now, I don't think you're ready to grow yet. And then also, if you get the sales and the money and the customers and the people counting on you that you called in, do you have the emotional capacity to have that many people relying on you, counting on you to deliver value? That many people, it is the potential for you to disappoint or have disagreements with, or have to organize competing priorities in terms of what work gets done first for who, and then where do we fit self-care in there, and what happens if someone's mad, what happens if someone pushes back, what happens if someone has a question you don't know the answer to. Do you have the emotional capacity to go from the number of clients you have right now and dealing with those sorts of issues that come with interacting with people in any sense? Do you have the emotional capacity to 10x that or 100x that right now? Because if it is a struggle to say no, that's out of scope now to your existing clients. If you're constantly worried you're going to let down the people who have already given you their money, if you are so overwhelmed you're shutting down right now, I don't think you're ready yet. I don't think you have the emotional capacity yet to call in the new sales and customers that you think you want. So what do we do about this? So what I posited to the squad on Tuesday was, I think the way you expand your capacity to actually be ready for the audience, customers, and sales growth that you want is to serve the shit out of the people who are there right now. To just go all in, get really, really good at serving the people that are there right now. And to practice expanding your emotional capacity with the people who are there right now. So technically, what that's meant for squad members, and what I've been so proud of them for, is they literally are showing up more in their marketing. A lot of them had this barrier that it's too pushy to show up every day in your market, or to tell people about your offer, keep practicing your messaging, when that's literally what businesses do. But again, I'm not minimizing that, because this is such a common thing that comes up for people with personal brands, and good people who don't want to be gross and manipulative and coercive and salesy. So that's been a thing, practicing being willing to be seen, being willing to repeat a message because you believe in its value so much and how much it can help people when they know about it. And then I'll also practice serving the people that are now. As humans, we're going to have friction interacting with people sometimes. We're going to have internal static. What if I'm not doing a good enough job? Am I serving them well enough? Figuring out time management, figuring out how to fit yourself in there. All of that is a little bit of a learning process, especially for my other fellow highly sensitive babes, trauma survivors, people who have struggled with people pleasing or codependency, either currently or in the past. This is stuff that it can take some time to get your nervous system used to notice some of the less helpful thoughts and stories you're telling yourself about what's going on, and to find revolutionary brand new thoughts for how to talk to yourself differently in a way that builds you up, empowers you, and doesn't shut you down continually. So yeah, tactically, I think how to grow your audience, if you're one of my people, often starts with, before all the tactics and the hacks and the trends and stuff, is show up hardcore for the people who are in your audience now and serve them really, really well. And by doing that, let them see your stuff. Practice believing in what you have to offer enough to know that your marketing alone can give someone a transformation, can get them to think about something in a different way, to allow them a hope they didn't have before seeing it. So the marketing itself you can think of as a gift. I think that's all I want to share about that for today. But if you recognize yourself in this and you're like, oh wow, I'm noticing I don't feel like I actually have the emotional capacity or the business capacity to support the kind of sales or audience I'm trying to grow and expand to, and I don't really know where to start, or I do know where to start, but I could use some support. I would love to be your marketing confidence cheerleader. That's literally what I'm here for. So if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, you have two options. One is a Year of Killer Content, where you get a monthly strategy session with me, where I am your on-demand marketing director, where we just tame whatever dragons are standing in the way between you and making the kind of marketing that gets you what you want. We establish really clear goals, we make sense of your metrics, and we give you such a fire content plan that you cannot wait to show up and tell your people all about it. The second one-on-one option is Season of Support, which is a shorter term, higher touch offer, where if there's really something you're working through right now and you could use some extra support for, it is 3 months of weekly one-on-one sessions with me. And then both of these one-on-one offers come with a complimentary 3-month membership to the Squad, which is my group program, and it's the most inspiring, motivating community ever of awesome, eccentric entrepreneurs. We're all each other's accountability buddies. We are making big, bold moves and staying lit up, keeping our passion high, our enthusiasm high, our hype high about what us and each other are doing and the movements we are making in the world, the waves we are creating with our businesses, the changes, making the changes we want to see in the world via our businesses. So both one-on-one options come with a 3-month complimentary membership to the Squad, or you can just go right into the Squad, and you know how to find all the info for that. If you have any questions or comments, or if this resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Please share it in the comments or send me a DM. Okay, bye.